No, I'm not going to do it, but I want to. The other mic over there wasn't plugged in. It was a phony mic.
Prop mic.
That's what I mean.
You do a good mic drop when you got a prop mic.
I know, right? Should have started taking this off and started yapping in it. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to mess with your microphone. That one sketched me out over there.
Dummy mic, yeah.
I pulled the cord and found out it was a lie.
There's no Santa Claus.
Right? Yeah, I know, right? It's been a shitty December. Oh, I think it's been huge. I mean, just one, being in the same system that I was for, the 5 years I was at my last school, and then having the same coaching there from scheme-wise to technique-wise, and then coming here and having to adjust and really, adapt to the new coaching style, new scheme style, and I think it's been honestly the biggest growth of my career of transitioning, and I think it's going to set me up even better going to the next level because I had that transition period of, all right, getting into a new scheme and having to adapt and relearn, new terminology because, football is a different language, and every defensive you're in, I mean, you're learning new sign languages, you're learning new, terminology, so, it's huge. And then, I think that's been the most enjoyable part is really getting comfortable in this and then, being able to make an impact.
How did you want to play in this game?
Just the opportunity. I think it's another game, and just as far as we've made it this season with this team, I didn't see it as something that was worth just making a rash decision on to not be a part of. And I think as far as this team has made it, I wanted to be a part of this team and be with the guys for one last ride.
How important is it to get that high note, despite everything?
For sure, and I think from a history standpoint, it's huge. And then just for what we're trying to accomplish, it's it's another game for us to go out there and give our best. And I think that's what our team is really built on is, next step, next opportunity, and, take advantage of everyone that we get because, there's only 14, I mean, in our case, 14 opportunities, which for a lot of teams is rare. So, every chance we get to be able to practice and be able to play in a game, I mean, we're going to take advantage of it.
This is maybe an unfair hypothetical, but you win this game, you're 14-0, you beat the two-time defending champions. You deserve to hang a banner after that?
Oof, that's a tough. I don't know. Is that a phony? I don't know. It's weird. It's almost like a pat on the back. I mean, would it be cool? Sure, but I think it'd be a little bit cooler to actually be in there and feel that confetti drop. But I don't know. We're about that when it comes.
When's the first day like you didn't think about the committee screwing you over, or do you still think about it every day?
I went a little bit, but it got a little more real when we got down here and realized, I guess we could have been in that, but this is still a huge historic bowl game. It's another opportunity to play, but yeah, I mean, it's still, I don't think I'll ever forget that. I think, I think the worst part about it is that was the last time that team, whether it's players, coaches, staff, will ever all be together in one setting to, just show how great that team was, and I think that's the most unfortunate part about it. This team is always motivated. I mean, especially with the head man that we have. I mean, we are far and away a motivated team compared to others. You can't be unmotivated with that man walking around the building. But I think we're a very, very motivated team. Especially how hungry young guys are to get their opportunity. I think is the biggest thing.
Do you feel like this program is it's been such a transition from year one under Mike, to get to this point? Do you think this program's back on the right track now?
Well, I mean, you just look at the track record. I mean, I've only been a part of it for 1 year, but I mean, look at where they were. Like you said, year one to where we are now. I mean, each year has been consistently getting better. I mean, what is it, 18, 19 wins in a row? I mean, that's pretty impressive. No matter which way you look at it, and I think it's just a testament to the consistency that Coach Norvell has put into this program. And I think everyone's fed off of that. It's a trickle effect in college football. It goes from the head man to the coaching staff, to the support staff, players, all the way down the chain. And it all starts with him. And every single day he shows up with the same attitude. And I think everyone feeds off it.
He said the last few weeks have been the hardest of his career in coaching.
I can see why.
How have you seen him try to kind of carry you guys over that hump?
Like I said, just being consistent. I think he could easily, be like anybody else and mope around and feel sorry for the situation. But I mean, he shows up with the same attitude no matter what players are walking in or out, no matter, what team we're playing. I mean, he's the same guy every single day, and it's a kudos to him because he's being the head football coach. College football is hard, but the school that he's at and Power 5, the situation we're in, it's even harder. And he does an awesome job, and he's the reason.
That has to mean something. Like we talked about this, like all we got's all we need, the pre-practice races, and all the stuff that he does every day. Like he's been doing that all along. It's not some gimmick.
No, not at all.
2 weeks just to try to make
Right.
you feel better. This is what he's been saying.
That's what I mean. And people on the outside maybe be able to see that because they only see snippets. But if you're in the program, you're around it every single day. I mean, it's different. I mean, it is truly different being around the building with a man like Coach Norvell just because of what he brings to the table every single day. I mean, when I first got here, I thought for sure, all right, one day he's going to crack. Like one day he's not. He's going to be in a bad mood. And never happens. It just doesn't happen. I mean, he is literally the same man every single day, no matter what's going on in his life, in the program, whatever's happening. I mean, this is who he is. And I mean, I think that's why the program is headed to where it's going and why it's at where it's at.
You can get one last practice race in with him.
That would be nice. I may have retired from the post or pre-practice race. We'll see. Maybe we'll get another opportunity. Right? Maybe we'll sneak one in here.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Teachers, RJP, no doubt. What have you seen from maybe KJ, Daniel, and Legion when they're on the right track?
Yeah, I think they do a great job, and even for a guy like me being in my 6th year, I mean, still finding ways to critique my game and make me a better player. And I think that's been big, especially from like a technique standpoint. I mean, just little things that can change my game from alignments to assignments, and little details of my game. But I think for young guys, it's even better because, I mean, they're able to coach us and coach them in a different way. But like you said, KJ and Daniel, and then a few other guys. I mean, even like Daryl and Josh that are still young guys that are really good football players already. But where they're going to be and where they're headed, I think is going to be great. Like KJ Sampson's going to be a very good football player one day. It's just a matter of when it clicks. And I think for D-line specifically, it takes time. Like it's very, very rare that a kid comes out of high school and is automatically ready to go. Because I mean, in the trenches, it's a different ball game. I think the farther away from the football you get, the more likely a young guy can make an impact. But and then trenches is different because you're working with grown men in there, and so I think once for like Daniel, it's starting to click. I'm just waiting for that one breakout moment. I think once he happens, it's gonna be lights out. And then same with KJ. I mean, once he gets more game action and really gets comfortable, get his feet wet a little bit, it's gonna be another one. I think he's gonna be a really good football player.
What else stands out? You can give you something like Josh, Daryl,
Yeah.
one thing each of those as a football player stands out.
I think with all of them combined, the drive to be better. I think the way they work, the way they attack today, which is something I hope I was able to make an impact on, just to show how to be a consistent football player, how to attack practice, how to go about your business. I think that's been the most impressive about those guys, how they've grown over the season. To watch their habits of how they practice, how they go about, just even like the most simple drills, is impressive. But from a technique standpoint, they're growing every day. I think they just get better and better, and I'm super excited to see where they head. But I know it's up.
I know it's an individual choice for everybody whether or not they want to play the game. They want to school. Everybody's decision.
Yeah.
What was behind your decision to come here? I assume you're playing.
Right. Yeah, I think, like you said, I mean, everyone's situation is different. Everyone's being pulled in many different directions, and at the end of the day, it's just about what's best for you. And for me, that's what it came down to. Like, what am I most comfortable with, and what is going to be the best situation for me to, just go about my business. Like I didn't really base my decision off anybody else's decision. I kind of just take it day by day, talk to the right people whose opinion I care about, and went from there.
I asked Jarring, he's like, if you guys sort of have something to prove extra in this game, I mean, everyone saw the way you guys played 3 of 13 games and won all of them.
Right.
So, I mean, if you guys want to play this game as best you possibly can, is there anything you're going to have to prove, maybe to show the people that they made the wrong decision, or is that
Yeah, I think to some extent, yeah. I mean, you always want to prove that you're a good football team every time you step out on that field. I mean, any opportunity you get, you want to show that. But, I mean, is there more to prove? Maybe. But, I mean, like you said, 13 games and 13 wins. I mean, I feel like that speaks volumes. However, maybe to some eyes, to maybe to some people who watch the game have different opinion, which is fine. I understand, but yeah, I mean, but I don't have much more to say about it other than we won our 13 games.
How's the energy been, I guess, for those practices before Christmas and Tallahassee and the last week? Better this game, anything like that?
Yeah, I think it's the energy and at first when the decision was made about the playoff, I think we were in a lull, but at the same time, it's still football. Once we got back out there and got the cleats back on and started running around, I was like, we're back. It's like you get that feel again. I mean, the guys that love this game, and no matter where they're at, and they put them cleats on, like it just clicks, and you're ready to play football again. And I think that's what this team is really built on: a bunch of guys that love football and love who they play with, love who they work with, and when we get out there, it's just playing football again, just like a kid.